Father Schlegel lives on in bronze. His vision lives on in bronze. His portrait lives on in bronze. This will be something that will last. When I sculpted him, when I created his form, I began smaller, and it got larger and larger and larger. It just naturally flowed out of his presence. I liken it to what I know of it as a dad, that it's sort of that process of growing something. I look at it like it's your child that you created in your own way with your hands. You have a preciousness about it, and it has to go through all of these steps where you're constantly letting go to try and gather it again back to you, and to make it, try to hold it to what you want it to be. When the casting is done and you break it open, it's like Christmas. I mean, you go, yes, there it is, it's this gold face. You go, yes, that's it. That's what I want from this. And yet you know there's so much more that has to happen that are parts of that language that continues the journey from clay to bronze. You know, I thought I would just make just a normal sized bust, but it wasn't enough to contain him. You know, when you're working, it just couldn't contain a spirit. And so it just grew. And so as I began to work, I also, there's a texture to the form. There's a texture to the face. It wasn't perfect. I didn't want him to have really smooth skin. I know that he's very conscious of himself in many ways, and you have to be if you represent an institution. But I wanted to capture that rough-hewn him too, which was just this guy who was like an Iowa kid, you know? And just had these things about him that were just so neat. And I wanted to bring that out in the emotional textures of the face. And I did that, I think. So when you look at it, the face is not smooth. It's very rough, but not overly rough. And it represents that kind of hewn life that comes from vision and willing to go places where others won't go. When I saw the family show up with all the babies, all the children, I just thought to myself, yes, the older folks will remember this, but the children will remember it too.